Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. We're tackling a massive tension in modern digital marketing today. You know the feeling, the absolute pressure to produce content faster than ever, battling against the very real risk of losing your brand's unique authenticity. It's a tough spot, right? In the race for speed, generic AI often just strips away the professional identity that makes a brand valuable in the first place. You want the speed, sure, but you literally can't afford to dilute who you are. So today, we're exploring a concept built specifically to address this, a framework known as Ryza Content Creator. And as you'll see, it positions itself not just as another AI tool, but as a conscious content system.
Okay, let's dive into this. Are your fast AI-written posts actually lying to your audience? Seriously, think about it. When you just copy and paste those polished, confident-sounding AI outputs that totally lack your true voice, you might be actively risking your hard-earned reputation. You think you're scaling content, but without the right guardrails, you're actually just scaling risk.
To really wrap our heads around this, let's compare the two approaches. Typical AI usually forces this quiet little trade-off. You get the speed, but you entirely lose control. It's like treating content like a scattered mood. You get a burst of reckless prompting one week and then complete silence the next. The alternative, Ryza's approach, is designed to just avoid that trade entirely. It aims to give you both speed and control by operating as a governed, measurable system, one that prioritizes conscious creation over just churning out volume.
So, here is our roadmap for today. We'll quickly unpack 1. Scaling risk. 2. A conscious system. 3. Protecting brand voice. 4. Data and KPI alignment. 5. The 10x faster workflow. And finally, 6. Privacy and control.
Starting right off with Section 1, Scaling Content or Scaling Risk. Let's pin down the actual business risks of relying on those generic AI outputs. The core danger here is what Ryza identifies as voice drift. And it's exactly what it sounds like, the gradual loss of your unique tone and credibility. When teams just plug ungoverned AI agents into broken workflows, voice drift is pretty much inevitable. Approvals stall out, the claims get a little shaky, and suddenly, your brand sounds like a robot reading a dictionary. And what happens? Your best people end up spending hours just rewriting what the AI generated anyway.
Which brings us to Section 2, a conscious co-creator system. Let's look at how this bridges the gap between raw AI generation and protecting your brand.
So, the crucial point is, a lot of teams say they want an AI agent, but what they actually end up buying is just a better chat interface. But answering a prompt and completing a strategic task, those are definitely not the same thing. Rather than just being a simple chatbot, Ryza is structured as a full operational framework. It treats content as a measurable system for exactly how business communicates with its market.
Moving to Section 3, Protecting Authentic Brand Voice. This is where the technical rigor comes in, spearheaded by Ryza's CEO and AI engineering expert, Timothy Goebel.
And this brilliantly illustrates the system's whole philosophy. Goebel says, protecting a brand voice is like setting the banks of a river. The AI is the water, right? It provides this incredible, rapid flow of content. But the voice training and the guardrails, those act as the riverbanks, ensuring your message stays exactly on course without washing away your identity.
Let's break down how these guardrails actually function in practice, because it's super interesting. First, the system builds a voice canon by analyzing the exact patterns, sentence structures, and vocabulary of your existing content. And amazingly, this setup takes under 5 minutes. Then, unlike those tools that just promote infinite spam, it enforces daily creation limits. So maybe 1 post a day for individuals or up to 10 for solopreneurs, really fiercely prioritizing quality over volume. Finally, it automatically applies your custom brand colors, your logos, and your compelling hooks, ensuring every single output looks and sounds exactly like you.
All right, Section 4, Precision Data and KPI Alignment. Because creating on-brand content is great, but it absolutely has to drive real business outcomes.
Now, what's really interesting about this strategy is the data science engine, which was architected by COO Dr. Kruti Lehenbauer. Instead of just guessing what you should post today, content is meticulously mapped to specific funnel stages, from awareness all the way through to post-sale, and it's aligned with custom KPIs, like qualified leads or revenue growth. For the business and solopreneur tiers, the data engine even generates a monthly list of up to 50 ideal customer profiles and target companies. That means you are perfectly targeting your newly minted content to the exact right people. Think of it like a high-speed rail for your content. You're the conductor. You feed it your messy research, your PDFs, your data, your specific directions. The system does all the heavy lifting of laying the tracks, structuring the posts, and formatting the visuals, all while making sure your brand never ever jumps the tracks of its original voice.
Section 5. 10x faster across all platforms. We've got the quality guardrails in place, so let's look at how this radically accelerates production.
10x. That is the targeted speed increase here. Because you are no longer sitting there staring at a blank screen or fighting with a chatbot trying to get it to just sound human. Hours of frustrating work are literally compressed into minutes of seamless execution.
And you can deploy that insane speed across 10 different platforms. The engine inherently understands the varying formats, character limits, and hashtag rules for LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok, Pinterest, YouTube, YouTube Shorts, Threads, and even your own web pages. It generates multi-platform content from the exact same source material in a single session. On top of that, it supports 9 distinct content types. You aren't just limited to basic text posts. The engine generates newsletters, blogs, carousels, pitch decks, email drips, sales one-pagers, animated images, and even AI-assisted short, faceless videos. It really functions as a complete all-in-one multimedia ecosystem.
Let's move to and see how this builds into an incredibly simple 3-step workflow. Step 1, Ideate. Just input your themes or upload a PDF. Step 2, Automate. The guardrailed AI instantly generates formatted text and visuals. Step 3, Elevate. You review a polished professional asset that is completely ready to strengthen your brand. It's really that streamlined.
Finally, we reach Section 6, Total Privacy and User Control. In a world where AI companies are incredibly hungry for your data, how is privacy handled?
Well, Ryza operates what is essentially a privacy vault. According to their architecture, absolutely zero generated content is stored on their servers after a session ends, and your uploads are cleared immediately. They clearly state their models are never trained on your data. And perhaps most importantly for brand safety, there is no automated posting. The human stays firmly in the loop, giving you absolute control over when and where to hit publish.
Which brings us to a final, really important question to leave you with. What if you didn't have to trade quality for speed? Ryza Content Creator makes a pretty compelling case that human-in-the-loop AI is exactly how you keep every single message on brand while still massively scaling your output. By treating content as a conscious, governed system, it aims to help creators reclaim their time and actually hit those KPIs. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and I highly encourage you to take a moment and think about how you are protecting your own digital presence today.